Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video. And in today's video, we're going to go over Yuki Lee Bender's Undefeated Kayo deck. Not really a deck tech by any means, just look at the deck, talk about it, talk about some choices that she made. I have no insight from Yuki specifically, but I just want to talk about it with you as a community. Hopefully we get to see her do a deck tech on it soon. And yeah, we'll just talk about the hero in general. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoy your stay. If you're a long-standing supporter, thank you so much as always. Feel free to check out the Discord down below with over almost 600 members in it, doing really good, super positive community. If you want to support the channel in a different way, feel free to check out the channel membership. It works similar to a Twitch sub, helps support the channel, helps us get better content out and get to events and do giveaways and product stuff. So hopefully we get into that. But yeah, we'll get right into the video. So this isn't a deck tech by any means. I haven't talked to Yuki specifically. I just want to go over the deck because this is awesome, right? Kayo has been out 1 week and it already has a battle hardened win, already has 40 living legend points on the board, and Yuki was masterful in her run. I think she went 11-0 in the Battle Hardened. I'm pretty sure it was either 11-0 or 12-0 in the Battle Hardened, going undefeated. Ended up beating Majinbe in the finals against Kano, which is really interesting for only being AB1, which we'll talk about that here in a second. But KO's in a really cool spot. I think KO is going to be a meta deck for sure, just because of sheer value. Obviously, there's ways to play into it, but KO also has ways to play into what you're trying to play into, right? If you try to fatigue KO, they can, run more reincarnates and like predatory assault, and be able to like dominate you easier and stuff like that, even tear limb from limb. So it's gonna be really cool to see how the meta reacts to KO winning, and then how KO reacts to the meta trying to beat it, right? But one of the biggest things is Apex Bonebreaker. Yuki did not have does not have Gambler's Gloves in the list. I agree with that. I don't think KO really needs Gambler's Gloves. I think there's been like 1 or 2 times where I was like, man, I wish I had it, because you could do like, an attack into cast bones. But really, if you're setting your turns up right, KO has no issue with playing just cast bones outright if you have a draw discard and then arsenaling it, or playing out an attack like a pack hunt and then arsenaling your cast bones, whatever the case may be. It has no issues with that. So this equipment suite does not surprise me. Everything's pretty on par. The one thing she has that I don't have is Heart and Cross Trap on the list, which I think is really cool for the aggro matchups. If you're really just wanting to go hard, and kind of race your opponent down, I think that's really smart. Running AB3 in the sideboard, which makes perfect sense to me. As far as the red suite, it's pretty, like, that's the thing about this list, and it's why I wanted to bring it up on the channel, is this is just a good stuff KO list. Like, there's a couple small choices in here that I think are really interesting, like Mighty Wind Up at a 2-block. Is this worth it? But I'm sure Yuki will talk about that in the future. Excuse me. There's no Enlightened Strike in this list, which I love. I have been off Enlightened Strike for a while. I don't think it's not a bad card. It does great in certain situations with agility. It just doesn't fit what KO's trying to do all the time. So that was really fun to see. Red Assault and Battery is really interesting. I guess it's another agility generator, so that was a cool inclusion. And then the class of agility cards, which I was off of the reds, but now I'm back on them even before this came out, which is really fun to see her using these as well. And then finally, Smashing Performance. I guess this helps get rid of gold, helps get rid of any pesky dashes. This card is almost guaranteed. I mean, pretty much is guaranteed to hit, depending on your deck construction. So really, really cool there. But overall, like this list is just like good stuff KO list. I can tell you right now, some of the big winners, the 6 Agile Windups is really cool. Blue Assault and Battery is really nice. Being able to play this off a 3-card hand that you normally couldn't use all of it, or a 4-card hand. You pitch the blue, you play this, you discard a 6, and then you arsenal like a Savage Feast, right? And it allows you to get an agility token and a might token on your turn, and then play your Savage Feast out for 7, go again, replacing itself essentially. So really, really cool there. The class of agilities, I wonder how consistent these were. I'm assuming these didn't come in against Guardian or against Bravo specifically, and maybe even Leviah. Victor, I'd be comfortable running these against, but really Leviah, Bravo, and probably Prism are a little bit rough for these, so they're probably situational. Pulping is something that I was off of, and I'm going to try it again after seeing her run it. I'm just scared that someone's going to have a D-React, but I think in a lot of cases, people aren't running D-Reacts right now. Like people like Victor, most of the mechs aren't. A lot of the ninjas and aggro decks are, but it's very few and far in between. And playing this off of cast bones for like 12 dominate is just so good. So good. And it will have go again if it's the full cast bones. Anyway, so that's a big one. Runner is another one that I was at a 2 of on this card, but now I'm on a 3 of. It's just so good. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is just really good cards. And I think with her win, people are obviously going to be focused on KO more. Might see a lot more high value block decks. But I think if you set up with KO properly, I'm not saying it's unfatigable because I don't think it is unfatigable, but it is it's very hard to fatigue. If they're setting up correctly with cast bones and really using their blood rush turns properly, and they're dealing like, they're going like a 12 go again into a 6 or whatever. Like they're doing 20, 30, 40 damage even with like berserk plays. I don't know how you fatigue that, right? You kind of can't. You have to fatigue through threat, not fatigue through block. So really excited to see that. Sim packing being in the sideboard is interesting. I have this in the main board. This card's just too good in too many situations, but it might be one of the situations where it's main board a lot because she does have 48 in the main board and then a pretty good extensive sideboard. The 2 no fears is really cool for any deck that wants to dominate or hit you with an on-hit effect. Against Uziri, against Bravo, against Victor. It's good against Kano if you time it correctly. Really good against Uziri. Any deck that runs Codex it's really good into. So really excited to see that one. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I didn't want this to be a super long video. I just wanted to highlight Yuki's run. She did an amazing job. Fantastic player. Please go follow her on her channels. They do On the Bobble podcast. Definitely type that in. Go check it out. I think you'll really enjoy that. And she also does content. She used to do content with Spark of Genius a little bit as well. They might end up doing that. Who knows? But she does really good content. She also does Flesh and Blood coaching, from what I understand. I don't know if she's still doing that. She put that out like 6 months ago. So if you're interested in that, gave a great rate for someone who as accomplished as her. So if you're looking more to get serious in the game, definitely check her out on that. But did an amazing job. Again, KO is just a good deck right now, and it's not anything fancy. It's just good value. Like he just overvalues his opponents. But it is prone to disruption, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that changes moving forward. As you can see here in our maybe slot, Skullcrack is a maybe, Yellow Wild Ride is a maybe, made to go a little bit wider. Be interesting to see if these end up making the list at some point. I'm interested to see what her inclusions and exclusions are post-event after going undefeated in her very first event with the hero. So definitely let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear them, good, bad, or indifferent. Congratulations to Yuki. Amazing list. Fun to look at, fun to go over. And yeah, if you like this type of content, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If not me, it's totally fine. Go to another Flesh and Blood creator, leave a like, comment, subscribe on their stuff so we can get more people seeing this game. And I'll see y'all next time on TCG Talk. Thank y'all so much.